And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. President Trump accused Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey yesterday of, quote, inciting insurrection, which means they could each be facing up to 4 years as president. President Trump suggested in an interview yesterday with the Wall Street Journal he would withdraw ICE agents from Minneapolis, quote, at some point. Mr. Precision strikes again. Some point like Friday or some point like when the sun swallows the earth? Or is it even later, like when the Epstein files are released? President Trump hosted a screening over the weekend at the White House of First Lady Melania Trump's new documentary, Melania, and it's already getting some award buzz for least animated feature. That's right. President Trump hosted a screening of First Lady Melania Trump's new documentary, Melania. Man, they are really testing his ability to stay awake. Sir, would you like to sit in the dark and watch a movie about your wife? Sir, he's already out. The federal government is set to run out of money on January 30th. Good. When asked last week about the bruising on his hand, President Trump told reporters that he, quote, clipped it on the table. Are you sure it wasn't a table saw? That hand doesn't look bruised. It looks like it's rejecting your wrist. New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani announced in a post on social media over the weekend that the city's public schools will have a remote learning day rather than a traditional snow day, decimating his poll numbers among likely voters ages 5 to 12. President Trump yesterday repeated his criticism of a new NFL kickoff rule aimed at reducing player injuries and said, quote, who has the right to make such a change? The NFL. Did you think Moses came down from the mountain with 10 commandments and the rules for American football? In a new interview, President Trump announced that he will not attend this year's Super Bowl in San Francisco because it's, quote, too far away. San Francisco is too far away? That's your excuse? The same one I use when my wife asks why I didn't get bagels from the good deli? According to a new study, women find men with large penises to be more attractive, though most women will tell you it's more important to have a penis that makes her laugh. Why does this guy get to be the picture? What's going on down here? Oh, okay. Take it. Oh, apologies. That's right. A new study shows that women find. Well, I mean, we could have used I'm just saying we have pictures of me. A new study shows that women find men with larger penises to be more attractive. Okay, well, it's 13 degrees outside, so good luck. Best of luck to you. And finally, the thrift store chain Goodwill this week reported record sales last year of more than $7 billion, all because of this year's hottest accessory, a coffee mug from someone else's family reunion. President Trump announced yesterday that he is sending border czar Tom Homan to Minneapolis amid protests over federal immigration enforcement operations. I'm sorry, this is the guy you're sending to soften your image? He looks like the corner man for Ivan Drago. He looks like he should be telling the Joker that Batman is getting away. In a new interview, President Trump discussed a secret military weapon that was used during the capture of Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and called it, quote, the discombobulator. Well, thank you, President Marvin the Martian. I'll stop Maduro with my discombobulator. I'm not bad. Oh. They wrote it without knowing I had one. In a new interview, President Trump said he's not happy that the NFL selected rapper Bad Bunny and Green Day to perform at the upcoming Super Bowl. Buddy, it's never gonna be Kid Rock. Even if they held a stadium event to honor Kid Rock's legacy, they'd get somebody better to do the music. President Trump on Sunday repeated his criticism of a new NFL kickoff rule aimed at reducing player injuries and said, quote, "The original was big time, strong, glamorous, and exciting. Yeah, football ain't what it used to be. I also hate how they changed the coin flip so the coin doesn't actually flip." According to a new survey, 43% of Americans said that they're trying to stick to an earlier bedtime instead of staying up late. Well, as someone with 3 kids to put through college, please stop. Taco Bell has unveiled a new Hidden Valley Diablo ranch sauce, which combines ranch with its Diablo hot sauce. So now the bathroom is for anyone but customers. And finally, the maker of the alcoholic beverage Buzz Balls are releasing a new 9-carat lab-grown diamond ring that will be sold on eBay. So if you like Buzz Balls and are thinking about proposing, maybe finish high school first. President Trump yesterday recalled Border Patrol Commander-at-Large Greg Bavino from Minneapolis and sent him to his former posting, making toys for Santa. President Trump told reporters yesterday that Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem will not step down and added, quote, "I think she's doing a very good job. In fairness, he thinks her job is villain on Yellowstone." The FBI today executed a search warrant at a Fulton County election office outside Atlanta related to an investigation into possible interference in the 2020 presidential election. Oh my God, dude, you lost. There's no shame in that. What do you think they're gonna find in those offices 6 years later? A hug from your dad? What's next? You gonna raid the Fandango offices to find all those tickets nobody bought for your wife's dumb movie? During a rally yesterday in Iowa, President Trump said that former President Joe Biden could never figure out how to get off the stage and added, quote, "You have so many ways you can jump off the front. And as someone with a comedy show, please try that." You said this was from shaking hands? If you jump off the stage, you will dissolve into dust. At the same rally, President Trump said that a grateful woman cried on his shoulder and got makeup all over his suit. But don't worry, he also got plenty on hers. President Trump also promoted his economic policies yesterday and said, quote, "I made a lot of people rich that I don't even like. And hey, I'm sure they're both very grateful." After a patron asked if he could pray over him at a restaurant in Iowa yesterday, President Trump told the man, quote, "Absolutely, come on, let's go." But despite the man's prayers, Trump never received a second entree. In a new interview, First Lady Melania Trump promoted her new documentary and said, quote, "The audience will experience many different emotions. For example, loneliness." Former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick will reportedly not be voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame during his first year of eligibility, but he still plans to continue dating women during their first year of eligibility. A Florida man was arrested this week after he allegedly robbed a woman who he met on a dating app. In fairness, he did list it under his hobbies. And finally, Dunkin' began offering its Valentine's Day specialty donuts today, including the brownie batter donut and Cupid's Choice donut, the perfect way to say I love you, but not enough to make 2 stops. President Trump said in a new interview that Border Czar Tom Homan's immigration enforcement operation will be, quote, "maybe a little bit more relaxed." Yeah, he seems chill. He looks like if a canned ham was mad at you. President Trump was set tonight to walk the red carpet at the premiere of First Lady Melania Trump's documentary, Melania. Well, not walk. That's right, President Trump attended the premiere of First Lady Melania Trump's documentary, Melania, and he would have applauded, but these things are hanging on by a thread. Oh, oh no. First Lady Melania Trump's documentary, Melania, is set to open tomorrow across 1,500 theaters in select markets. Great news if you're looking for a place to hide out from ICE. House Speaker Mike Johnson met yesterday with rapper Nicki Minaj. Oh my God. Have there ever been 2 people with less to talk about? Oh, right.
So, like, a documentary is like a what kind of movie?
In a new interview, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that he has a Dr. Pepper for breakfast and added, quote, "Don't tell Bobby Kennedy." Oh, yeah, if RFK heard that, he'd spit out his possum. The footwear brand Birkenstock this week unveiled a new bridal collection, which features 6 sandals made with higher quality materials. And for the groom, just kidding, there's no groom. A cat that escaped from his owner's camper at a gas station in Spain was recently found less than a mile from his home in France. He was able to make his way home by following the stench of cat piss. Our head writer, Alex Bass, hates cats so much. And finally, today was actor Tom Selleck's 81st birthday. He'll spend it like all 81-year-olds by being tricked into a reverse mortgage. That was a monologue, everybody!